Hello guys and welcome to Stevie TV. This is the Premier League preview and this is game week 26. We've got games like Arsenal, Newcastle this week, and we've also got Man United, Fulham and various other games, but those are the big games in my opinion for this week. But we're going to get started with those, but before we do, I want you to like this video, subscribe if you're enjoying the content that I bring. Plenty of content coming. We've got a match day vlog for the United versus Fulham game coming as well, so make sure you stay tuned for that this weekend. I will try and release it as soon as possible. Oscar will be in the video, and hopefully he'll have some funny comments for you all again. We have got Villa versus Forest in the first game, and that, I believe, will be a Villa 3-1 win. All I'm thinking in this game is Ollie Watkins. I can see him getting 2 goals again. Obviously, he scored 2 last weekend, getting him the 2-1 win over Fulham. But this Watkins is the core player for Villa. And Forest have players like Elanga and, is it Hudson-Odoi? But I just don't think they've got enough about them to beat Villa. Villa need a good few results now, and obviously that puts them in good stead, ready for the top 4 fight towards the end of the season. But Villa have enough to beat Forest here, so I'm going 3-1. Next up is Brighton versus Everton. This one's a bit of a tough one, I think. I think Brighton, up and down with results, can't really keep clean sheets, but they did against Sheffield United the other day, and that was a 5-0 win for Sheffield against Sheffield United. Obviously, we'll talk about Sheffield United later on. But Everton as well, they would be about 11th place in the league with the results they've had this season. However, obviously, they've had the point deduction and they currently sat on that boundary of the relegation zone, and they'd really need a result. And I think Everton need that win, but I can't see a win happening here. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. As I've mentioned, they can't keep clean sheets. Brighton really, and I think Calvert-Lewin probably might get on the score sheet. It's been a while since he's had a goal, so if he's playing, then I can see him getting on the score sheet. So 1-1. Next game is Palace versus Burnley, and as you all know, Burnley are struggling. They've just got absolutely trounced by Arsenal 5-0, and that says it all for their season so far. They're really struggling, and they're the first team down this season, I think. First team down at the end of the season. But saying that, like I said, they need a win. I don't think Palace is going to be that team. I think Palace have got enough. I think they've got the players like Elise, Eze, those attacking players really, that really commit to the Palace side and actually get them goals going forward. Jordan Ayew actually scored for Palace the other day. He's another goal scorer who can score goals on a good day. And I think this is going to be another bad day for Burnley, but I think it'll be a close game, and I'm going to go 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Next game, guys, is United versus Fulham. And as I've mentioned, this is a match day vlog, so make sure you keep an eye out for that on Saturday. But first thing I can mention here is United need to take the chances. Garnacho needs to take those chances. Bruno, obviously, they had two chances over the weekend against Luton, and both of them clean open nets, and they still didn't manage to get the goal. Take your shot, take your chance. Højlund did it in the first half, and look what happens. He did 2 goals in 7 minutes, and if Højlund does that, obviously Højlund did miss a chance as well, so if Højlund does that again, obviously we can get more goals out of this side. Get the ball to Højlund up front. If you're not going to shoot, cross it or pass it. That's what we need to do. Bruno needs to improve massively. His form is not good at the minute. He runs around the pitch, but nothing is happening. He's not doing anything when he gets the ball, and he's making the wrong choices. Obviously, everyone's seen the video of Rashford. Again, that was in the 95th minute, I believe. But Rashford is going to be knackered and tired at that time, but you still got to run. You've still got to run around and actually do something. And that's what Rashford needs to do. He needs to improve on his mentality a little bit. He's playing a little bit better recently, but he still needs to improve that mentality. As for Fulham, though, they've got players like Paulina that can change the game. Or Paulinho, sorry, not Paulina. But you've got players like that who could get a good pass off and get a good chance for Fulham. And I'm going to go with a Man United 2-1 win here again. Obviously, they just got a 2-1 win against Luton, and I think it's going to be the same. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet as United. Obviously, Luke Shaw is also going to be out injured as well for the next 3 months, so it'll be another miss. So Martinez and Luke Shaw out again in that game, but I'm still going 2-1. The 5:30 kickoff is Bournemouth versus Manchester City on the Saturday, and I can only see a Manchester City win here. But Bournemouth do have players like Solanke and Semenya that can score goals, and City are known for not really keeping a clean sheet. Yes, Edison is a good goalkeeper, and the defence is great, but like City just struggle to keep that clean sheet often. They need to keep more clean sheets, City. And I can see Solanke going getting on the score sheet again this week. At least I'm hoping so, because he's in my Premier League side on my Fantasy Prem. If Haaland can get on the score sheet on this weekend, then what could happen is they can run away with the game. Obviously, Kevin De Bruyne slowly getting back into the side, getting full, trying to get to match fitness. And he's probably going to get a full 90 minutes in this game. And then if he does, obviously, the City just managed to beat Brentford the other day. And I think if Kevin De Bruyne gets that ball forward, then they can get a couple of goals. I'm going with Man City 2-1 win here. Next up, we have Arsenal versus Newcastle, which I believe is the biggest game this weekend. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff on Saturday. Arsenal are just coming off that 5-0 win against Burnley. Players like Saka scoring. Who else got? Odegaard, Trossard. Odegaard is a great player in my opinion, and he is the main man in that side to get that ball everywhere across the pitch. He's the man to get that ball into the right spaces and get the players running onto it. And I'm going with a 2-0 win here for Arsenal. The only reason I'm going for that is I don't believe Newcastle have enough in terms of what they've currently got in the squad and the way that Arsenal are playing. I don't think they have enough to cope with Arsenal. Arsenal have actually scored 11 goals to 0. They've had no bounce back off the back of that. They've not conceded a goal in the last two games, that is. 11 goals in 2 games. That's impressive. And you've got to admit, Arsenal are up there for the title shout. Do I want Arsenal to win it? No. But they're up there. And you've got to admit, they are playing good football. So I'm saying 2-0 against Newcastle. Sunday's game, which is at 1:30 due to the Carabao Cup final between Chelsea and Liverpool. I am going with a 3-0 win for Wolves versus Sheffield. The reason for that is because Holgate's going to be missing for Sheffield United after that horrendous tackle last week, which some people believe wasn't a red card, but it was horrendous, and it definitely was. But as for Wolves, they got the shock result against Spurs, and I can see them going on, keeping that momentum, and wanting to push on now and get to the top half of the Prem. I think they're currently sitting 11th, just behind Chelsea. So this is their chance to get in that top half now, and I think they will go and do that. And like I said, 3-0 to Wolves. The last game of the weekend, or weekend fixtures, is going to be on Monday, which is West Ham versus Brentford. Moyes needs a big result in this, and I mean a big result. They have not won in 2024 at all. I think they've had 3 draws and lost the rest. They need a result, and Moyes really needs that result. And playing against a side like Brentford, who are up and down with the results. They get a draw one week, get a loss next, and then they go and get a win, and then they'll get a loss and back on a win, and back up and down every single time. Obviously, they've just lost to Liverpool and Manchester City in the same week, so they're going to want to bounce back as well. But I see this being a draw. I do see it being a draw. I think both teams are going to want to go for that win, and they're going to put themselves at the back in a difficult situation. And I think we'll see Bowen maybe get on the score sheet. If Bowen's not injured, I'm not too sure. I don't know what West Ham's current team is at the minute. I just know they've not been impressive at all. But as for Brentford, they give City a chance, a bit of a game, should I say. And I see them getting on the score sheet, player like Norgard or something like that. And it'll be 1-1, I'm saying, in this. Like I said, we've got the matchday vlog on Saturday. It's the third time I've mentioned it. I am really looking forward to this one. Oscar will be in it. And I'm hoping for a United 3 points. And hopefully a good scoreline as well. As I mentioned, I think it's going to be 2-1. But I think it could be even more. But as well, we've got other content out. So if you like my streams, guys, get on my live streams. Monday to Thursday. Got plenty of content for you there. But like this video, subscribe, share it out to other people so they can see my opinions. And let them get into the comments. And make sure when you are commenting, guys, let me know who you think is going to win these games and what scorelines you think it's going to be. Let's get involved with each other, guys. Let's make sure everybody else is getting to see the video as well. So keep smiling, guys. I'll see you in a bit.